Hey guys, welcome back for another video. So today I'm going to give you my thoughts on the new EVO 2022 version from Secretlab, and I'm going to specifically compare it against this Clutch Throttle because they are very much in the same vein. If you're like me, you're a bigger guy and you're looking for a high quality chair that's going to last you for years and years. That's why I got this between 4 and 5 years ago. It was brand new at the time and it was near top of the line as far as features for a gaming chair, but I'm going for more of an office-centric kind of thing. I work from home for the last 12, 13 years. I sit in my chairs a lot. I do a lot of editing and just a lot of sitting at the computer. So I need total comfort. Before this, I'd gone through many cheap chairs, usually more than one a year, because they would just wear out. First of all, real quick on this, it had they still sell it, and it's on Black Friday sale for $250. I think it's an absolute steal, by the way. A weight rating of 340 pounds. Now, at the time I got this, I was pushing 320 pounds. So I absolutely needed a heavy-duty chair. These days I'm in the 240s. Now, you can either go for these heavy-duty chairs because you absolutely need it, or still get it even if you're not. This one is rated for 395 pounds because everything is more heavy-duty and simply lasts longer. I'm not kidding. Mechanically, this is as good as the day I took it out of the box. Absolutely everything is still like new. The lift, the mechanism itself, all the joints, everything as tight and perfect as when I took it out of the box, just like this one, which I just recently took out of the box. You'd never know this is almost 5 years old, and I don't know how many tens of thousands of hours of use. I'm serious. It's just amazing. But that's what you get when you go for the high weight rating heavy-duty frames. This is the XL, which I specifically got for those reasons. They do have a standard and they have a small. So if you're a really light guy, obviously you don't need the extra size and everything to go along with the heavier duty frame and mechanism. You can get the regular and you're good to go, and it's even cheaper. Now these are obviously black. They both come in a ton of different color combinations. The Secretlab even more so. This has, I think, a dozen or so. They have 50 or so different combinations for the Secretlab. So it's no competition there. Now, feature-wise, they are almost identical. Obviously, they look pretty much identical. This has some new features that have been coming out in the last few years that simply didn't exist back then. We'll talk about that. But overall, very similar. Same movement ranges, same features of the armrests and the recline. Excellent casters. I think they actually use the same casters. Those are just dirty looking. I used to have to upgrade the casters on all my chairs, but nope, these are absolutely perfect. No need to touch them. The bases are pretty similar. It's a cast frame, very heavy. These are much thinner, definitely easier to put together. This is a heavier chair by a little bit. Now, ignore these, by the way, these metal brackets. Those are for attaching my HOTAS, my throttle and stick, and they're optional, not from Clutch. It's a German company, but you can put those on any gaming chair. Just haven't taken them off yet before I clean it up and sell it. So the main reason I upgraded is because the Secretlab now has an integrated lumbar system. It's not just a bar, it's not just an airbag like car seats or home theater seats or anything like that, but it's a contouring, adjustable, and reactive piece. It's got lots of little flexible parts, kind of like a spine. You can adjust where it is vertically and how far it comes in and out, so it fits you perfectly. Now with this one, it came with the regular pillows, the neck pillow with the straps, which I never used. Threw that thing out, it looked goofy. And then the lumbar pillow it came with, and every other lumbar pillow that came with the chair that I've tried was too big for me. It was just not comfortable, wasn't right. This one allowed me to dial it in just where I needed it. With this one, I actually ended up using this little regular pillow there. That was my pillow for years in this. So no more pillow because you don't need it. It's all built in. Flawless. Likewise with the neck pillow, they do give you, or head pillow, neck pillow, whatever you want to use it for, no more straps. Well, how do you put it on? It's magnetic. That is awesome. And this is actually really comfy. It is super plush velour. And you can set it up so it's wherever you want it. On your neck, top of your head, however you like to use it, or not at all. And the nice thing is when you're sitting in it, you just reach back and adjust it up. It's a really nice strong magnet, does not fall off. So very, very nice feature there. Other than that, armrests. This is the only negative thing I have to say. Now the armrests are the same as far as the functionality. On the bottom, you can adjust in and out how far by about an inch they attach. Plus, where do the adjusters go? I'm backwards here. You can press this button here and move the tops in or out. Plus, they slide forward and back. Hard to do with one hand. Hang on. There we go. So it's very hard to adjust because it's just a friction system. But you can do it while you're sitting in the chair. And then there's a lever right here to adjust them up and down. These do the same thing. And by the way, you absolutely need a floor protector because that's what happens to your floor if you don't. This is just a Office Depot bamboo floor protector. It looks worse on camera, but if you're not using rubber casters, that'll happen to your floor. Ask me how I know in my old house. These do the same things, however, they're very noisy and loose. These guys, solid. Because it takes a lot of effort to move them around, they're solid. These, they've sacrificed ease of use for rigidity. You now have a button for every single movement. Again, I'm backwards here. So you got a button on the side, moving in and out. You got a button here at the front, so you don't have to jam it. Lever on the side, move it up and down. And this one also lets you adjust it side by side there. These also go side by side, but you have to jam it again. But you got buttons and ratchets for every single movement. That's the downside here. This clanky noise. If that's gonna bother you, you're probably not going to enjoy this. Now, the other cool thing that is unique to this, as far as I know, is these actual toppers are magnetic and exchangeable. Not exchangeable, changeable. That's the word. So this is a fairly soft rubber. There's a little bit of give, so if you rest your elbow on it, it's quite comfortable. These are not hard plastic, even though they look like it. It's a slightly harder rubber. Again, very comfortable. I have no problem with this whatsoever. I don't like hard plastic armrests. Those do bother me. These are just soft enough not to, and these are even better. And they have an optional, even softer one with gel. So you can upgrade that if you would like to. Other than that, they both have about the same recline. They both go to like a ridiculous 170-degree recline. Normal lever. Same job we do there. I do like the covers on the Secretlab better. These are just kind of a friction fit, kind of janky. Whereas these are magnetic, just like the armrest. Nice and secure. It is a very comfy chair once you get the lumbar dialed in. It does need to break in. This also had to break in. The seat itself, the foam is so firm, it feels like you're sitting on a balloon right under your tailbone. I don't remember how long it took this one to break in, but it did. And they feel very different now. This one obviously with a lot of time on it, and this one relatively new. Don't be put off by that, all right? Especially if you're coming from a worn-in chair to a brand new chair, it's going to feel way too firm. But it does break in, trust me. The foam is very supportive. It feels identical as far as the actual foam density and layout and all of that. They feel very the same. The material is also virtually identical. This is just a slightly grayer shade of black as opposed to this here, and they're both vinyl, artificial leather, and they feel exactly the same, which is good. Actually, this feels the same as far as texture, but it feels thicker. And it's good because I know how this wears, and it wore overall very good over the years. The only place it failed is right here, and that's because I have a habit of bouncing my leg just while I'm sitting and editing especially, and just the friction of my leg wore it down. And that only happened this year. It just all of a sudden, wore through. But that's it. Other than that, It looks new and it definitely operates like new. But if you're looking for a cool type of chair like this and you're looking for longevity and heavy dutiness, this one is gonna fit the bill. It is relatively expensive. If you don't need the lumbar, if that's really not important to you, this is an absolute steal. You can still buy these. But if you want all the bells and whistles, I highly recommend this, as long as this isn't gonna bother you. I would love to see them come out with an updated armrest and ship them out to us, because at $500 for a chair, I'm not happy about this. Even though it functions fine, for $500, I expected a lot better as far as that goes. So that's it. Hope it helps. See you next time.